There is and I'll try to tread lightly on this particular topic, but have you ever heard of the Iraqi dinar?
No.
It's their Iraqi currency. They call it the dinar.
Oh, okay.
And there has been a dinar scam, and I know some people personally who have bought into it, and I'm very, very skeptical because of the way I look at these scams and these cults and how people get influenced into doing things. Well, this basically, I'm just gonna call it a scam. The way the scam works is that there are folks who have a bunch of Iraqi dinar. The value of Iraqi dinar is like less than a penny or something. I mean, it's the value of it's really, really low.
Yeah.
But there's people who are selling Iraqi dinar to other people.
Okay.
With the thought that at some point that currency is going to explode and be worth more than $1.
Mm-hmm.
So you buy a whole bunch of it in, and then the value of it goes up, and now you've got, you're a millionaire.
Yeah.
Well, there's a few different websites who follow people who are supposedly in the know about the Iraqi dinar. And they're always talking about this revaluation of the currency, and they call it RV for short. And it's everywhere in these different websites. And there's people, reminds me of QAnon, who post these cryptic messages. Oh, I heard that this bank over there, they just fired all their managers, and they're going to change some technology, and their systems are going to be different, and they'll go on and on.
Come over and start buying and putting more investment.
And it gets people to think that something is happening, so that eventually this thing is going to revalue and become this huge thing. I mean, there are people who spend thousands and thousands of dollars to get their hands on Iraqi dinar. And here's the thing that really bothers me. And I learned about this stuff like when I was still a believer. They were using religion and people's belief in God and their charitable, character to influence them into buying more and more dinar. Oh yeah, we're gonna save, we're gonna save the children. We're going to do all of these great and wonderful things as soon as we become millionaires. And if God's willing, it's gonna RV, and we're all going to be, whatever.
That sounds like a scam.
Oh, sure. For me, looking from the outside, it's red flags everywhere. But people who are already that are kind of influenced by this sort of thing, just hook, line, and sinker, done. They're all in. And even today, like I was looking. Last night I was doing some just browsing around, and I went back and looked at this website. They call it the Dinar Recap, and it's like I read through some of the posts, and the posts today are so similar to the posts that I remember. I'm talking 10 years ago, maybe more than 10 years ago. The language of the posts are so similar. It's the same story. It's the same little nugget of potential. Something's happening,
and all it's doing is fattening up their page, their pocketbooks.
Yeah, whoever is. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know where you buy the stuff from. I know people who have bought dinar, and in fact, I have some, and I'm just like, I'm curious if those folks are, taking advantage of all these people and are part of these, these message boards.
At least 10 years, so. On that,
so yeah, because it started with the first war in Iraq. When was that? The 90s? Yeah. I mean, it's quite a few years ago now.
Uh-huh.
And you look at these messages, and they're so similar to what they were before, where they thought that this thing was going to just skyrocket and everyone's going to be millionaires, and they're going to use this money for God's will. And it just seems like this is that cultish, behavior.
Well, thanks for listening to the shortened version of our show.
If you want to catch the full audio episode, you can find it here or wherever you find your podcast. But if you want to see the full version in video format, you can catch us on YouTube, Rumble, and now on Spotify.